Hey everybody, just doing a check. I believe the chat is turned on, so we'll be viewing and answering all questions and stuff. If y'all can leave a comment in the chat so I can see if everything's coming through correctly, it'd be greatly appreciated. And we're just going to do a Q&A, all things on the table, music-wise, guitar lessons, anything you got. I'm here, and yeah, any type of song requests on the guitar, I'll be glad to take them and jam out. So how's it going? What is that? Late Light Lycan. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, if you got any questions or anything, feel free to leave them. I got the chat up and viewing it. So I'm just jamming out, having a little fun on guitar tonight. Appreciate it, Fritzl Butter. Cool name there. Is the sound quality decent? I mean, can you hear my voice and the guitar and everything clearly? This is only the second time doing this, so yeah, I'm just trying to make sure y'all can hear me and it's not like overwhelming or anything or choppy. So if you can leave a comment and let me know if I need to fix or turn up anything. Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate you joining in. I appreciate it, Fritzl. Thanks for joining in. And glad you like the beats and like writing to them. That's what I do it for. Yeah, man. Killswitch for sure, jamming. I love their music. It's just so much fun to play. Glad you are feeling it, man. Any requests or anything, I'm here. Any questions, music related, I'm here. Beats, audio engineering, whatever. I actually do. That's funny. They actually play with what's called an octave pedal. Let me see. I got the exact sound that they use. It's pretty cool what they do. So what they do is they turn this octave pedal on. Let me see. So whenever they play with the octave pedal, it actually plays a low note and a high note at the same time. So they hit and that's what made their signature sound. Darren, the guitarist, he just bought an octave pedal and started using it on everything, and that's what made their signature sound. So whenever you hit a note, you just have this one octave or whatever. It's just this single note. With the octave pedal, it actually adds a lower and a higher depending on how much wetness and dryness you use. So whenever you turn it on, so that's this note by itself. And that's how they play. They play with the octave pedal on. So once you turn that on, it just adds a lot more dynamic because you're getting the bass tone and a high harmony on top. So with the main riff, with the octave pedal, it's so doesn't that sound exactly like it? I mean, it's, he basically just used one pedal. And the cool thing about CKY, Darren actually took the last two strings off of his guitar. So he only had a 4-string guitar. Your average electric guitar is a 6-string, and he took the bottom B and E string off and kept just 4 strings. And he uses what's called a wound G string. So they detune down a whole step. So instead of E standard, it's D standard. And when you go down, you need thicker strings because it'll just vibrate. You'll get a lot of dead noise and stuff. So if you notice how the top 3 strings of your guitar have, like, when you run your finger down, you can feel rivets. It's because it's a wound string. And once you get to the G string, it's just a smooth, on your average, set of strings, that's when it just becomes a smooth gauge. So what Darren did was he bought wound G strings, and it makes the octave when you hit it a lot more like, it's more like a bass noise instead of like I don't have a wound G string, so the average, it's going to be a little more pinchy, and his is more like that note would be, that's what it would sound like. It just has a little more bass to it, so when you play that riff, so it just add a lot more like dynamic to their sound and stuff, especially when you're detuning your guitar. So. Camera, I'm just using a webcam. It's a 720p Logitech webcam, USB, nothing crazy. And I'm recording the guitar directly through my interface, but it's just picking up off my internal monitor cam. So yeah, it's nothing crazy. I've tried to use YouTube and like do a mic directly, but for some reason I always get choppy results with the live stream. So I don't know. I guess y'all can hear things okay the way I'm doing it now, hopefully. So yeah, but What is the best, lowest price camera for the guitar neck by the Guitar Tuners? Yeah, I mean, things are cheap these days, man. If you just get like a good 720p or 1080p webcam, you can sit and live stream all day. You don't need nothing crazy. You can spend like $80 and get something good. And a lot of monitors from Mac and stuff have cameras built in now that are pretty good. So it's nothing that you need to have a big budget for. I've only live streamed, I think this is 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I know some Buckethead. Absolutely. Let me get a good guitar tone here. I'm using Guitar Rig for all my tones, if y'all are wondering. Alright, there's my metal tone. And let's do a clean tone. So I'll play a Soothsayer is what it's called. See what that note is here. What is that chord? Hold Then he goes into that chorus. Yeah, Buckethead's awesome to play, man. I really enjoy his stuff. Yeah, I'm using Guitar Rig 5. I could watch this all day. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad y'all are having fun. I do this every day. I just sit down and jam and write music and stuff. And I do like everything from the clean Weezer. I like lots of reverb and echo, but not overdose. Yeah. When you're using, doing rhythm guitar, you don't really want any delay. Obviously with lead guitar, you can have a lot of fun with your delays and stuff. I always keep a small like tape delay on my lead guitars. So the difference between my rhythm channel is this. So yeah, it's just a dry, just heavy distortion. And then with my lead, I put a little tape delay on there. Hold on, I got my CKY setting going. Let me turn that off. Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. It's fun to play. Yeah, there's a bunch of like lead stuff I like playing. Dukin, Never Unchained the Night. I'm not familiar with that one, actually. Is that a band, Dio Dukin? Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. This was like one of the first songs I ever learned on guitar. This was like the reason I started playing guitar, Master of Puppets. What is that chord? The Bandugan. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Do you practice a lot of these songs, or just really good playing by ear? See, I've been playing guitar now for about 14 years. So a lot of these songs I'm playing, I've learned over the years, and they're stuck in my brain. And it's mostly just muscle memory at this point. I still learn new songs all the time if I hear stuff. And most of the time, I just pick those up by ear nowadays. I mean, I'll look at a tab if I'm wanting to learn it real quick, and just don't have the time to like sit and pick it apart. I'll look at a tab or something and kind of do that. But yeah, all these songs I'm playing are pretty much just embedded in my brain, and I just know front and back by now. So, I started playing when I was 14, and I'm now 28. So, and I've consistently played, the whole time. I've took little breaks here and there, but guitar has always been something that's just like a part of me. I love doing, and I can sit down and just play for an hour or two, and just time just flashes by. It's one of the few things in life that I really get lost in. So. Jared, you're the legit shit. Always have been on. Thank you a lot, man. I really appreciate that. Who is that? Bill 3474. yeah, glad that I don't know how long you've been tuned in, but appreciate the support always. I'm glad that you feel like I'm an organic musician. There's not a lot of people doing it like that these days, so it means a lot. You play great. Thanks, man. Guitar Avengers. Appreciate the support. Yeah, man, I love playing. Not near as good as you, but I'm all right. Yeah, I know Unholy Confessions. And thank you. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time, so don't feel like you can't get to where I'm at, or I can always get better myself. I always encourage people to push themselves and like learn everything you can. That's the beauty of being a musician. There's so much data. You can never like be content with where you're at. There's always more theory, more scales, more modes, everything. There's so much to learn and keep you occupied and have fun doing it and just get better. But yeah, and Holy Confessions is in drop C, I think, but I'm playing drop D. Yeah, I remember that part, but yeah, that's a fun one to play. I really enjoyed that one when it came out. It's a cool song. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that's drop D. I know a ton of metal. So Kill Switch Engage is a bunch of stuff I like playing. Damn, I missed them jam sessions. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, I love playing. Okay, I read that. Breaking Benjamin. They actually play in drop A sharp. You really have to have a baritone guitar to play any Breaking Benjamin. So what they do is they tune their guitars all the way down to C. Is it C? I think, yeah, okay. So I think they tune all the way down to C, and it's a standard C tuning. So your E string would be a C, your A string would be down two steps. So it would be, what would that be? B flat, to somewhere around there. So yeah, you tune it all the way down 2 steps, and then you detune your top string another whole step down, just like you would drop D. And so it becomes like drop A sharp or B flat or whatever you want to call it. And it's a low tuning. You have to have like super thick strings to be able to play Breaking Benjamin stuff. So yeah, I can't do that right now, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, they have some cool riffs. I'm not really fond of the band too much. I'm just more into like, I've always been more into like metal that's organic and stuff. And a lot of the like radio rock, it just kind of hit that spot where it just didn't resonate with me. I don't have a problem with it, but it's not something I like listen to personally a lot. There's an infinite number of scales. It will never end on scales you must make up. Yeah, scales are really fun once you get into them, and you know, you can sit and do the you can sit and do that stuff all day, and the pentatonic thing. But yeah, so like I started getting into what's called harmonic minor a lot. It's a mode of Phrygian mode, and it has that Middle Eastern tone to it. So instead of just having like that pentatonic, the harmonic minor goes. And there's different ways to play it. So yeah, that's a real fun scale to play. You know, there's a lot of different, obviously, degrees of scales. You know, you got your Dorian mode and all that stuff. I think there are about 4 microtonal notes before a next fret. That means 4 one notes to play that no one plays hardly. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's cool about the scales is like, you know, you pretty much can add your own notes. So like when you have a blues scale is basically. And you can add like the major notes of that scale degree to mix the minor and the major. So instead of doing like a blues lick, like you can add the major note. So it'd be. Just that little slide there. So yeah, I mean, that's just something cool. Yeah. Yeah, all that remains. I played a little bit earlier, but I'll play it again. That's always a fun one to play. All That Remains. That dude, Ollie Herbert, the guitarist, I think it's Ollie Herbert, something like that. That dude's cool. He uses what's called a Hungarian scale in a lot of his licks, and solos and stuff. And that's just something you don't really hear. I respect him because he learned and made his own scales out of mixing certain scales and modes together. So he would take the harmonic minor that I just played and the Hungarian scales and mix it up all together and just come up with really, really cool textures, and even over like just the E chug. He would do things that just like really just took that into a whole nother level. So with that harmonic minor stuff. Yeah, they would do things like that all the time. Asking Alexander is one band I never learned their music or really listened to it. A lot of my friends would listen to it, but I never got into it, and I just don't know any of their songs. I'm sorry about that. I started listening to metal in like 2004. So that was kind of the time period I was growing up in high school, and that era is what I really got into. I was into, like, obviously Killswitch Engage has always been a big influence. All That Remains. Was that Bullet for My Valentine? Yeah, they got that one song. What is it? Yeah, that's really all I know of their stuff. I like System of a Down a lot when I was coming up. Slipknot was cool. Those are like more of the mainstream. I was really into like underground. I'm from North Carolina, so there was a lot of bands out of North Carolina, like Between the Buried and Me. I'll record a little loop real quick and play a Between the Buried and Me passage that I really got into. I don't know what tempo is like. Let's try like 140. Yeah, that's about right. That is that's Between the Buried and Me. That was a band out of North Carolina. They have some really cool stuff. If you just sit and play their riffs, let's see. That's always a good one. Diecast. I've heard of Diecast. I've never listened to them. What kind of genre is it? Metal, heavy metal, metalcore? Vinnie Moore. That name strikes a bell. Is that a solo artist or is that somebody in a band? Drowning Pool. Oh yeah, I remember them. I used to know that Bodies Hit the Floor songs years ago. I can't remember it though. It's like an octave chord. Something like that. Cool, I'll have to check out some of his music then. Oh yeah, I know some Tool. Let's see here. Tool was always cool, man. Really liked them. So yeah, been streaming for a little over an hour now. Probably gonna go out with one more jam real quick and get back to making some beats and stuff. And for everybody listening, my new site's up at jaredbeats.com. Did a revamp on it, and going to be putting some new beats up for everybody. Got a lot of stuff in the works, working on a lot of different genres and stuff like that. So. I'm sorry, I'm from too far back on the metal guitar. Oh no, you're good, man. I literally listen to everything. You know, I started with a lot of the '80s stuff. Yeah, that's kind of stuff. And then there was what was I was playing something earlier. Dang, what was that? will you have a link to your page on your homepage here on YouTube? Yeah, I can add a link. It's always just jerdbeats.com. That'll directly take you to my store where all my beats are, and you can license music from there, listen to music, whatever. Pearl Jam. Before I go, I wanted to show y'all something. So there's this song by John Mayer called Neon. It's in a clean setting. He plays it on acoustic, but it's really cool because he tunes his guitar in standard, and then the top string goes down to a C. So So this song here is probably one of the hardest songs as far as chord shapes go that I've learned in a long time. And he does it with finger picking. It's like thumb and index finger. So the chord shapes are, that's pretty easy there. But then you have this one where you have to bar the top with your thumb and then play the other notes down here. So it's like, and this chord here is crazy. It's and then you have the ending part, which is a bar. And then this chord is hard as crap. Like, I don't know if y'all can see this this shape, but it's like, and they're beautiful chords, but I've just never played in this tuning. So it's up to speed. It's like, so yeah, that one's just, it's fun to play once you get it. And he plays it on acoustic a lot. So I've done that, and it's not easy, man. I use what is it, 1052s, I believe. So when I detune, I have a little bit more on the top, so it's not like flappy. But when you get down to C, it's a pretty. I mean, I can still get the whole note, but it's still like a real loose feeling. So you have to be careful not to like bend the strings and get the chord. So the chord by itself should be. But it's real easy to like kind of bend it, you know, and stuff. So you have to be real careful. It's just tough. It's just a tough song, but it's fun. It's real fun. John Mayer has a lot of really cool songs to play on guitar. Yeah, it's fun to play. Blues beats. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll record that and play along to it real quick. I remember the tempo. 165. We'll do a little blues jam real quick before I end the stream. See if I can. I think it goes down a half step. Here we go. And I just loop that up, duplicate my channel, my lead sound. We'll record that real quick, and then I'll play a little solo on top of it. So yeah, it's just a little song, jamming over one of my old tracks. Smashing Pumpkins there. It's always fun to play. Is anybody a Chili Peppers fan? Y'all like Red Hot Chili Peppers? Big fan of your channel. Keep up the great work. You will be popular all over the world one day. Appreciate the support. You know, I've been running my YouTube channel since 2010, and it's gained about right at like 20 million views total, which is not a lot to a lot of channels, but for me, just doing it as a one-person producer and starting out with nothing, I'm really happy with the results, and I feel like, you know, I've got like 60,000 subscribers or whatever, so those numbers are cool with me. I'm fine with it, and I have enough support that lets me do what I do, and it keeps me happy. Love the use of live instruments in the making of beats. Can't get those sounds or emotion. That is very true. Very, very true. There are some like really good plugins for certain instruments. They've gotten close with the bass guitar. You know, I have a bass guitar here that I still play live all the time. But as far as electric guitar goes, I just haven't found something that is close yet. I know they'll get it one day. I mean, it's only a matter of time. But as far as like amp modeling goes, I just would rather stick with the live sound and create my own music. Now, there are like some good clean tones that you can get really close to on synths and stuff. Like Omnisphere has some really, really close electric guitar sounds that you can play on the keys. But as far as like the distorted lead sounds, this just, I mean, you can do it, but as far as like sounding like you're playing the guitar and just having the string noise, you know, of like going from, just having like the string noise of going from chord to chord and little things like that that just make it sound like someone's playing. Yeah, I just played some Chili Peppers. I'll play another one. Hold on. What is it? Good Chili Peppers. I played what's that one? I played Snow as well a little bit ago. That's Incubus. Yeah, I know some Skynyrd. Everybody knows some Skynyrd. good night. I appreciate y'all tuning in and requests and asking questions and stuff. I'll start doing this more often if we can get a decent amount of people in here and, just jam out and have fun, and keeps me wanting to learn new songs and just play the instrument and have fun. So y'all salute, have fun. Feel free to, leave comments on videos, email me, whatever, and we'll keep in touch. Y'all be good.